We have Luna here. Her ears has gotten a big old mess. They're in dreadlocks pretty much. So instead of taking the rake and pulling and dematting all this, which is a lot for her, I'm gonna take my scissors and actually cut all these in half, or actually a little under half, and that way they'll just start coming out. And then I'm not really concerned about it being real pretty right now. Another way you could do this is try to get underneath it in what I call splicing. See, she's already like, I ain't even pulled on her, she ain't liking it. So then I'm gonna go, because they're all around the ear leather. Ear leather, which is the edge of the ear here. So all that matting is on her ear leather is in between these mats, okay? So we don't wanna cut that. So I'm gonna find the ear leather and use my finger. See, all that's matting, all the way up to the skin. So you don't wanna cut her ear. So we got, and it's hard to differentiate the mat from the ear because it's dense and thick. So I'm gonna locate it, use my finger as a blockade for it. And we're gonna cut all around the edge, okay? Now see, all that's mats. That's all dead hair wrapped in her good hair. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this because when I get done, we're not gonna need it. Now I'm gonna take my hard slicker and just with the edge start untwining this hair. And it's gonna do that quite gently without needing any pulling. It's just gonna rake right out there. She's gonna end up with some short ears, but they're not gonna be all the way to the skin. Like most groomers would wanna just shave that with a 10. And honestly, in this case, it's actually faster for me to do it this way. Okay, so there we go. Now, after her bath and blow drying condition, it's still gonna look a little frayed because of all the dead hair that was wrapped up in it. But once I get done trimming it, it's gonna look pretty decent. So on this one, I'm just splicing. Splice, and that way it can open up. So it's not actually, it's to the skin around the leather, but on top of the ear, it's not all the way to the skin. So I'm gonna cut the chunks of the mat out. Make sure you're protecting the ear with your fingers. I'd always rather cut myself than the dog. Then again, you know, groomers don't cut dogs intentionally. Okay, I feel like I can go a little shorter on that. Okay, so when you're using this part of your scissor, you lose feeling. That's why I always say use the tip of your scissor, because you have more feeling. So I just did the same thing. And her ear leather is in my hand. I can feel this side. So I don't want to pin prick, because you can actually pin prick their ear leather, which is very fragile, and cause it to split and bleed. And we don't want to do that. Oh, I just pricked myself. Okay, so my fingers are underneath so I can actually feel the pins. And there we go. And then of course, a lot of times they'll get them behind their ear. She has a little bit, not too much. Cut that out. And then also under here, she actually has more underneath her ear. But that part's gonna be covered. So, not so. Generally, when they have mats here, I'm gonna cut them out. Anywhere on their ears, or around their ears. See, the mats are really close. So we're gonna cut those out. Check behind her ear. Not too bad behind her ear. And then we're just gonna do a brush. And I'm gonna scissor around her face before she goes to the bath. And then we'll come back and finish those ears up. Nice.